the name of this movie?
I just...
There's nothing out there?
Yeah, there's nothing out there. I think that's what it's called, yeah. The right title will be on it, but yeah, I think there's nothing out there is what it is. Yeah, I didn't...
1990.
Yeah, I forgot that I bought this movie a while back, and I was like, let's do this one. I picked this one out just because I was making fun of The Blind Side. And when I was reading the description, I was like, oh, yeah, this is just like the story from Blind Side.
Yeah, I do.
But
I
it's
don't know
not.
that movie.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie.
This is a cabin movie.
Yeah, it's
cabin horror.
Cabin horror.
But it's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
Kind of.
You know what?
And and I didn't know it was also a Troma movie on top of that. But
yeah.
Tell from that nice
19-year-old director, writer.
He's a prodigy.
Apparently, yeah, he's a Wunderkind.
Whatever that is, the Wonder Kid.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's just German for Wonder Kid. Yeah, you want to do these shots?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Wonder Kids everywhere.
Yes.
Really terrible. Get my strength back. That was worse than usual.
It is.
All right, so this is... it's a cabin horror.
Yes.
High school kids get out of school. Hey,
let's go to a cabin for the
got
week.
A cabin by a pond in
Yeah.
the woods.
Let's go there. That sounds cool.
You got your standard 3 couples and then 1 7th wheel.
Yeah. Who's the virgin / can't do it, man. The horror movie.
He's
we got to
the
turn
horror
around and go
movie
back.
guy.
All this is like a horror movie. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm forgetting at the beginning of this, we do see a woman. She's driving her car down the road. She's dreaming, having this dream about being attacked in a movie store, like in a rental place.
Being attacked, and then she wakes up.
Driving, crashes. And then she looks up in the sky, and this green light comes down.
It goes, oh, a cloud fell.
You see this green blob fall into a puddle. She goes, oh, a cloud fell. And you see our monster.
I appreciate the alien frog monster.
It's like
a green Geodude with a tail.
If you put arms on a tadpole and gave the tadpole like really wide mouth with big teeth, pointy teeth.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's definitely
a tadpole with arms.
Like
tentacle arms.
Yeah.
It attacks her, and then we get to the, these people are going to go into the cabin. Horny teenagers. You got the one guy who's obsessed with horror movies, and he's like, and they pass the car accident on the way out there. He's like, this is the first sign.
Yeah. That's the warning. We got to go. We got to go back.
And it's okay. Oh, it's kind of funny. Oh, it's self-referential a little bit, but he never stops.
Yeah.
He's doing it constantly, and everybody, all the other kids are getting pissed off, and then I'm getting pissed off.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's like, stop.
It's too much.
It's not
too
funny.
Much. It's fine to reference it once in a while, but come on. The one part that annoyed me, which is further on in the movie, is the fucking boom mic. That dude
they broke the fourth wall completely. Yeah, they went a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we talked about last week, that absurdity of we're gonna make it a complete parody where it's just completely ridiculous, like Naked Gun or Hot Shots. This movie touches that a little bit.
Yeah,
but doesn't really. They say it doesn't go far enough on the comedy, because most of the comedy is just horror movie, right?
Right.
Hey, that thing happens in movies.
It happens.
In these
Let's
kind
put
of
it
movies.
in there.
Hey, look, don't you do that? Oh, because it happens in movies. It's that the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that the pond was the most disgusting thing for me.
Well, it was also kind of the most fun. And here's the thing. Here's the thing I was thinking about on the way over here. Do you remember the punk goth kids?
Yeah.
We're getting the 90s. I think they were
Yeah.
more goth kids, but they arrive at. We've got our high school kids arrive at this cabin and they're
Yeah.
inside. Right at the same time, this whole van full of these goth kids show up.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, and they
Skinny dip.
they pile out of the van. It's just pot smoke, and they strip down and they jump in the pond, naked girls.
Yeah.
And they're just like having a good time. And the guy's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing in my house?
It's my pond.
He's like, what? Where's your party? He's like, get out. All right, man, whatever.
They just leave.
Yeah, they actually did just leave. You never think
Never
to see
see
him
him,
again, never
yeah.
think of him again. It's just like wasted opportunity.
Yeah, this could have been the goth kids versus preppy kids.
It could have made the rest of the movie more interesting. You
Yeah.
definitely would have had more people killed.
Yeah. Or impregnated.
Yeah, or impregnated.
Solid birth.
Yes.
Some alien frog hybrids.
Yeah, so what we learn is the over time we learn this monster is killing the dudes. It melts them with its green slime,
Yeah.
and then it's trying to impregnate the women.
Still don't understand what. Oh yeah, later in the end after that, we figure out it can shoot laser beams out of its eyes.
Oh right, and it'll also do that. Yeah, it'll make you. He'll possess you.
It has to
You'll
hit
fight on
your
his side.
eyeballs.
Yeah.
If it does not, it just bounces off of you.
Yeah, so there's that great scene. They're running away in the car. There's three of them running away in the car, and he's on the hood of the car, and it's just shooting laser beams. And they figured out by now, okay, this is dangerous. So they're like looking away, and one guy gets shades, and so it's bouncing around. You got these green lasers, and
then it hits himself and he falls off.
yeah,
the
he hits
car.
his glasses, hits the side mirror, hits himself in the eyes, and he falls over.
But like one of the things I was confused about because it hypnotized the blonde girl.
Yeah,
We learned the blonde girl was taken over control of. Starts swinging around with a bat, but she hits the girl that the frog was trying to impregnate
yeah.
instead of hitting the
Accident.
dude.
I think it was accidentally. I think she was swinging at him, missed,
Yeah.
and then just like caved in her head, killed the Brazilian girl, and then she jumps on the other girl's back, and this is great.
Oh yeah.
And so she's on her back, and they're fighting, and then she just like rams their heads through the glass door, and then like pushes back. So the girl's just like laying there, and then the glass falls down and cuts her head off. And it was kind of out of nowhere. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not really it's not like a lot of
There was no,
really
like-
overly gory.
Yeah,
shit.
you didn't see that part coming for sure on that one. And then some of the dudes, the one dude, the jock guy,
Yeah.
he had some mad hops when he was trying to. He got interrupted while trying to get his dick wet in the living room, and then he jumps over the couch because he thinks it's a dude that is so into horror, but it was the alien that made
Yeah,
the
he
noise.
thinks he's fucking with him, but it's
Dude.
actually the alien.
Yeah, the dude jumps like across the living room, like
Slides
giant.
on the carpet.
Yeah, it's a huge jump.
That all of the fighting and action in this movie is so goofy and weird. It's obviously it's them dealing with their budget, or what can we do with this weird monster that we obviously have somebody's head in this thing that's doing this, and but then you do like these action scenes where the two guys are fighting. It's very slapstick.
Yeah,
You know, the guy gets thrown down on the table thing, but then it slides across the back porch, and they're like,
Forever on this
you know,
porch.
yeah, and then you go off the side like, you know, it's very goofy, and
then we found out that it doesn't like shaving cream.
yeah, that was
Sprayed
really
out.
dumb. They're running from the monster, and they close the door in the room, and the guy just was like,
I'm gonna try
like he
it.
knew it was good. Well, it's like he knew it was gonna work. He picks up shaving cream and just like shoves it in the keyhole, and he shoots it through, and then the monster gets in the eye, and it's like. So then he has his jacket filled with fucking bottles of shaving cream. Yeah. Like it's Jurassic Park, and he's gonna go steal some DNA. It's really goofy.
Yeah, it is goofy. There's definitely not much to this story, to this at all.
It's just him running around. There's
Yeah.
quite a bit of nudity. If
Yeah.
you're into that, and who's not?
Still confused at the one goth punk dude wearing jockstrap. It made no sense.
I didn't even notice it. I guess I'm just super straight.
I guess so. It wasn't the nicest.
I was looking at that red. I was looking at that redhead.
Oh yeah, she looked pretty good. But no, as soon as the dude took his pants off, and I was like, what? Even when I used to wear jock straps for pretty sure I wore it in football and baseball. Still had my underwear on. So I don't know why this man was just riding around with a jock strap.
Weirdo. He's just a freak.
Unless he's planning on getting fights, because I don't know. Maybe he's... I don't know. Maybe he's trying to rape enough women and they need him. And he's like, no, I'm gonna. I don't know.
Maybe he's in a mosh pit. Like that's how he.
That's
gets
another
ready.
option too. Yeah.
No underwear, but with the jock strap.
Yeah.
Seems uncomfortable.
It does, because it cups
Yeah.
your balls.
Just a big plastic shell.
And it's just rubbing against you when you're walking and running around.
Yeah.
Chafing on that. Ugh.
There are a couple actual funny moments in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember what they are. I mean, the decapitation was pretty funny. When the monster first attacks the couple, that the Brazilian girl and the other guy, when that first attack happens, it's pretty funny because the monster is just so ridiculous. It's just a big mouth.
Yeah.
It's basically a big mouth with arms. That's really what you see most of the time. And they're kind of these flipper arms. Oh yeah, and it jumps up and it pulls her skirt off, so you just see her.
Oh yeah, he grabs the dude, just pulls the skirt off.
Yeah, it does. There's shit like that.
Before that, I thought it was pretty funny with their conversation they were having right before that. They're like, yeah, this reminds me of the movie when the couple would go off into the woods to make out. And he's like, oh, you mean intercourse? Because she's Brazilian or whatever.
Yeah. She's making out. He's like, oh, you mean intercourse? Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they do in American movies. Intercourse. Plant that seed.
Yeah. Poor guy never did get there. He got killed early.
He did.
Yeah.
She was left alone in the woods after she ran into a tree and knocked herself out.
Yeah.
Um,
and we learned that this alien is super stupid.
God.
It walks onto a rake. It crawls onto a rake and hits itself in the head. And then it also, it's attacking this other dude when he's in the basement. He finds a hammer, and he's got a hammer in his hand. And the alien, reaches down, and its tentacle arm grabs the hammer, but it pulls it back, and then it hits itself in the head with the hammer.
Yeah, you see the hammer slightly, and then it's blue for a second when it hit himself.
And then you figure out later, they're he's really dumb. Let's try to trick it. So that's how they end up fighting the fucking alien. It's super dumb.
It made no sense to me because they found out it hates shaving cream, but let's leave a trail of shaving cream to mirror.
It'll slip on it.
Yeah, and then we're gonna shine these lights, even though it can see us, but it's only attracted by light now.
Yeah,
and sound.
It's how did this thing kill anything at all?
Yeah. By pure dumb luck.
And they're using lights to steer the alien around the living room and then into the kitchen, and then they have it throw itself into the oven.
Yeah.
It throws itself in the oven and they lock it in there, but then it possesses the other girl.
Grabs dude by his balls.
Yes. So she's got him by the balls with a hand. She has a knife and she's trying to stab him with the knife.
This dude's so weak.
Yeah, he's a bitch. He's very weak.
And then the alien blows up in the stove.
I guess when you apply enough heat to a frog alien with arms, it explodes into blue sparks.
I need to try this one day.
Yeah.
So if anybody's got any frogs they want to get rid of.
There's a new Halloween movie coming out?
Oh yeah, Halloween Kills.
Fucking Jamie Lee Curtis looked like a fucking haggard old
She is
haggard
old
old biker dude. Like, why are you putting her in your movie at all?
because they brought her back.
Why?
They retconned all the movies after the first one.
The second one was a direct, like literally direct sequel.
They retconned it. Now it's this, and then
Now
the
it's
new
50
Halloween.
years later.
It's how many years later? But it's
40 years.
Halloween 1, and then this last Halloween.
The
and
Rob
then,
Zombie Halloween.
Nope.
Oh,
Not
that was. There's another one.
Yeah, there's one.
God, I haven't
this.
seen any of these movies.
It's just Halloween, and then now you have Halloween Kills. Those are going to be the story.
A new trilogy.
Yes. What's funny about this third
Is
one?
John Carpenter doing this?
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing it. They changed who Jamie Lee Curtis is, and she's no longer the sister. She was like the babysitter. Yeah.
Why are you doing this, John?
It's him and Danny McBride. Danny McBride helped wrote it too.
Are any of those movies good?
First one, the last one's pretty good.
Last one was?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll watch it. I don't know.
We'll see it.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Yeah.
It just popped up in my face right up here
No,
during
no.
the football commercial.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Okay.
what it was. Like, I saw it. I'm like, what? And I see Jamie Lee Curtis looking like a grizzled old biker man.
Because it picks up right after this last one, where I won't ruin it for you, but
Things happen.
things
People
happen
die.
in it. People die. It happens.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
There's a funny thing that somebody has tried to petition to get a scene removed out of it already.
Really?
Yes.
Trans related?
No, actually, it's not. It's firefighter related.
Firefighter related?
Yes. It's actually
Firefighter lives.
It's it's along the lines of it is a firefighter that is petitioning for this because it is known that people will start house fires to kill firefighters. They'll ambush them when the fire happens.
I mean, it's happened
So
maybe a couple times.
They found it very offensive for this movie to have that, where Michael Myers is killing firefighters in a house fire. Yeah. Crazy. But I digress.
Anyway,
This movie.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
This movie.
This movie.
Some of it's funny, some of it isn't. I like the monster is hilarious.
Yeah.
And kind of some of the fights, somehow it always comes back to Mary J. Gillis. Some of the times when they're fighting this thing, it reminds me of Things.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, they're obviously fighting this fucking puppet thing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cheesy and it's kind of funny. But it does, it takes some bites out of people a couple times. It melts the one guy's face off.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
That was a cool scene, yeah. That green goo.
Yeah. But
Excuse me.
yeah, well, let's go to the end. They're
Yeah.
driving away. They finally get away in the truck. They blew up the monster. And then they're driving away, and then they pick up the girl.
The girl
from the beginning. Who
Yeah.
wrecked her car. And they're like, they're finally listening to the movie guy, because the movie guy the whole time has been telling them, no, don't do this,
Yep.
don't do this. Don't go into the woods to get firewood because it's bad. And there's really no reason for him to be saying it at this point.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying that, and everybody hates it. And this time, he's talking to her, and she's like, oh, yeah, but my stomach hurts. And they're like, what? Because they know that the alien was trying to rape women at the time.
Her eyes are green. She's like, they've been green since I've been born.
And they just throw her out of the truck
Throw her out.
into the woods, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like that ending.
Don't want them problems.
Yeah.
Leave her to the woods to birth those alien children.
Yeah. So let's just go.
Yeah.
So, despite maybe it didn't come across in this movie, I thought it was pretty fun, even if it wasn't as funny as it should have been.
Right.
I still ended up having fun with it the further we got into it, just because of how dumb it all was. So I'm gonna go 4 out of 5.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, I did have fun. Early on, I was like, oh man, I don't know, but I think they pulled it together at the end with just just the dumbness. Like they hit the dumbness right. Even if the comedy, the intentional comedy, wasn't quite as there as it should have been. Just how cheesy the monster was and the fights with that.
Yeah.
I think that it pulled it through. Well,
I want to give it like 3.5. I wouldn't go full 4.
yeah.
Just because to me, like I get what they were going for with the comedy and stuff, but just with that guy doing everything, it was too much for me on that one. And then
Him constantly doing
just constantly over and
too.
over. I'm like, geez, okay, we got it the first 5 minutes already, like because Scream was that way,
Right?
And it wasn't all the time. It was just they were just.
He was just doing
Yeah.
it versus a guy trying to tell
Right.
everybody.
Yeah. Just setting
this
it up.
is the horror movie.
Yeah. Or even like Pandemonium was like that too. Well, that was more comedy than it was horror. That Canadian one with forgot what all those people was in it.
I never remember any of this shit, the names and stuff.
Pandemonium. Pee Wee Herman was in it. He hated the horse. It was a horse.
Oh, wow,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going way back.
Yeah, that was way back.
Yeah,
but that one was more comedy than it was horror, but
right.
It was a lot better comedy
Yeah.
than it was horror.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that was the college movie.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah. Where the cheerleading camp.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just really annoyed with that. And then maybe if they had done the boom mic without the dude doing that constantly, maybe. But just with him doing it constantly, and then boom mic
swings on the boom mic.
Yeah. And then I think Tavy may have been right because a couple of the lights looked like those were stage lights, the red ones. She's like, "Are they taking the light bulbs off the stage lights?"
Yeah, it did look like that.
I guess so. I'm like, yeah. I get kind of breaking the fourth wall, but that's ridiculous to me. Other than that, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, what they were trying to do as comedy should have been better. The comedy really just came from the monster and the bad acting and just the goofy shit that happened.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Whatever the name of that movie is. There's nothing out there?
There's nothing out there.
Is that it?
It's either that or Don't Go Into the Woods.
No, it's not that. It's definitely not that.
There's nothing in the woods. I'll know by the time this gets posted.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I got that movie at home. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to stand up.